Hey guys, so I hope you enjoyed week one, and let's just look at some of the places where you could put your own spin on this, or if you're looking at different reference, maybe try and incorporate that reference into your effect instead of just replicating exactly what I'm doing here. So there's no shortage of areas here where you could come up with a completely different looking effect than where we are at the moment. So for starters, just a reminder that this entire effect is based off of one volume sim. So changing the source of your volume from a sphere or having different velocities, messing around obviously in the volume dop itself will give you wildly different results once we get to the particle advection. So that's a good time to put a spin on the simulation that you think more closely matches something you've seen in some other reference. Obviously, it could be something that's not a flat portal like the one we're going for over here. Not to mention, then we've done basically already 3 variations on the particle advection. So lots of things to play with in there, and you saw we had one option where we used the pop fluid solver. That's one option, and there's a million other ways you could advect those points. You could possibly even use a force instead of using the velocity advection. And then not to mention plenty of room down here to tweak as well. So we've already come up with some pretty interesting results, I think, just by messing around with some of these SOP tools, something like this. So as I showed you during one of the videos, you could add a twist to this, you could deform it in a million other ways as well, and I would suggest you spend quite a bit of time experimenting with the standard Houdini deformers to try and see what you can get. Also, not to mention that the colors themselves are based on a very basic addition of color to the source. So you can go more or less sci-fi as well with these elements, depending on how you're sourcing color into the particles themselves. So it's at this point probably more than in week 2 where you can really affect the final look of our portal over here. So really, I encourage you to spend a lot of time experimenting and trying to see if you can push this in a completely different direction. So with that, I will see you guys in week 2.